Once there was a house on Hamilton Mountain, located in the spot that eventually became the police association's parking lot. How bad can a house be to meet the wrecking ball? Once a home where families lived and played, to be wiped from this world, most completely forgotten, but not this house on Upper Wellington Street. This house had a haunted history. These are remembered as legends which make up the character of a city. Hamilton being known for ghost stories means any house with a story to tell becomes famous, and sometimes infamous. The house on Hamilton Mountain made the list when the Bilotti family moved in. It's the 1970s and they've rented the small house. Moved into the space, happy to have a home, the experience didn't take long to start. Beginning calmly, the standard happenings in a haunted house, such as leaving rooms and clearly turning off the lights, a mental note made as not to waste hydro, and coming back to find the lights back on again. The family could shake this off as faulty switches or old wiring. Not so much with the footsteps, though. While sitting in the living room watching TV, the entire family enjoying the show until one of them looks up. Did you hear that? Muting the TV and listening to the clear footsteps of someone slowly walking the upstairs hallway. A delay before anyone is brave enough to go upstairs, every time finding it empty. These are the stories you'd hear from almost every haunted house. The next experience? Not so much. Norm Bilotti slept soundly beside his wife one Sunday night. He jumped awake as Sherry started screaming. Shaking off the confusion, he looked over to her. She was looking at the corner. It took a moment, his eyes adjusting to the darkness, the natural confusion of a ghostly experience mixed with his mind rolling through all the natural explanations, for a dark figure to be standing in their bedroom. It was hovering, its feet at the level of the bed, a tall figure in what seemed like a dark flowing robe, looking down, a smooth faceless surface with no eyes, but Norm felt the thing stare. Sherry screamed again, and the figure snapped out as the bedroom lights came on. Ask yourself this: what is enough to drive me from my home? This extreme haunting is rare, but not impossible. The escalation of the ghostly drove the Bilotti family from the Upper Wellington house. For most horror movies, this is where the credits would roll. But this story goes on, because the focus wasn't on the Bilottis, but the house itself. The owner tried to rent it again. No luck. Giving up, he put the house up for sale. People walk through it, real estate agents doing their darndest to get somebody, anyone, to buy. No luck. Maybe it was a lack of understanding that failed to sell the haunted house. Not realizing this place can't be sold as a cozy family space, they could have applied the ghost discount. Instead, they failed, the owner having no choice but to give it up for a song, a parking lot planned, and the demolition crew sent in. A worker was tearing into the walls of the first level. Underneath the jarring sound of equipment, he heard voices. Stopping the machines, listening for whispers, which always came from the second floor. On different occurrences to a couple of workers, each of them running up the stairs, expecting to find some kids who'd snuck into the haunted house for fun, always finding the rooms and hallway empty. I wonder if calm settled among all those harassed by this house when he finally tore into the wall of the master bedroom, finding the artifact behind it. A gravestone mysteriously disappeared from the Pioneer Young Family Cemetery about a kilometer south on Upper Wellington, belonging to 2 baby girls. Why the gravestone was stolen and how it ended up in the wall of this house remains a mystery. Those familiar with curses, with disturbing burial grounds, focusing the energy of the dead on a space, or even the practices of voodoo will not be mystified. Although many families are content on living with their ghosts, some instances of restless energy, like with the Bilottis, exist. This over-the-top negative energy is not what a cozy family home makes. And in the end, they did the right thing, to get out and let the house disappear into infamy where it belongs.